So with notes like champagne, pear, ginger, musk, ambergris, we know we have a really interesting fragrance here. This one is inspired by Josephine Baker, by Vilhelm Parfumerie. It's called Sparkling Joe. I'm going to give you my thoughts on this brand new 2024 release in just a little bit, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on the brand new Vilhelm fragrance, this one is called Sparkling Joe. And of course, it is sparkling as the name implies: champagne, ambrette, musk, ambergris, ginger. It's bright, it's zesty. I'm going to tell you all about it. But before I dive into the review, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and also please give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really, really mean a lot to me. So, of course, I have any number of Vilhelm fragrances: To My Father, Basilico and Fellini, Purple Fig, Faces of Francis, London Funk, I think is the other one. I have a lot from this brand. I really do love this brand. They put out so many incredible fragrances over the past several years, and I initially had the pleasure of discovering them many years ago at a niche boutique here in Manhattan called Edes de Venustas, and I remember sampling the entire line and I said, wow, these are really interesting, really unique fragrances. Sparkling Joe, if you are a fan of bright citrus, ginger, champagne, if you're looking for something that is attention-getting for the summertime, you gotta listen up for the description of this fragrance. But let's go ahead and start things off with a quick look at the presentation first. So right in the opening of this fragrance, you are going to get this warm yet bright introduction. And I love that contrast, right? Usually it's very cool, it's crisp, but it's actually quite warm. And I don't know what's contributing to that warmth right away. It could be some ambery tones, even though I didn't really see amber in the note breakdown. I did see musk mallow, which does kind of get compared to the aroma of pear from time to time. I saw Williams pear in the note breakdown. So it has a bit of that fruity personality, but again, it's a bit on the warm side of things, but also very bright and sparkling in the opening, as the name suggests. And of course, you do have that ginger, which contributes to that sprightly attitude in the opening. Whenever I've smelled ginger in a perfume, it always has this bright, tenacious opening. And of course, you experience it in fragrances like Bulgari Tiger. And there was a Burberry from a long time ago, Burberry Sport Ice, that has one of the most beautiful ginger notes you could ever try. But of course, this was a long time ago. I don't even know if they still manufacture that fragrance. Here, you do have this realistic champagne accord in the opening. And as soon as you're smelling it, it puts you in the mindset of a celebratory occasion, right? When you clink glasses, or when you're, giving a toast or consuming champagne, you're reminded of something of a celebratory nature, unless of course you're consuming, a mimosa or some other cocktail that includes champagne. That's a different story. But here, of course, the aesthetic or the, kind of mindset behind the crafting of this fragrance was bringing us back to the Prohibition, Roaring 20s. Even when you take a look at the event that took place for the launch celebration of this fragrance, a lot of it kind of had that aesthetic to it. And of course, if you think about, the person after which it's named, Josephine Baker, you're also being brought back to that time period. This stuff is amazing. It's warm, it's musky, it's bright, it's citrusy. It has this celebratory feel to it. And I love that it's so ideal for this time of the year. And it actually does smell like champagne, which creates this really unique sensation. And of course, there are some other champagne-based fragrances on the market, or that have a champagne accord to them. I would say this is the best one. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, really appreciate the uniqueness of this fragrance. It's not following suit with any other fragrance, or it's not an homage to any other fragrance or DNA or genre. Instead, it does its own thing, and I appreciate that. Longevity was 7 to 8 hours on skin. Projection was really good for the first hour of application. It radiated beyond an arm's length. It became an elbow's length scent right around hour 5, 5.5, a skin scent right around hour 7 or 8. Versatility, perfectly unisex. I would feel inclined to wear this in a dressed up scenario as opposed to casual. I think this one is great for anybody of any age, as I said, and I think this is great for the hotter weather. So I'd say spring and summer, depending on where you live, of course. If you're wearing it indoors, really you can wear it whenever you want or wherever you want. And as far as the presentation is concerned, the only thing that has always kind of been on my mind in regards to these presentations is that looks are a little bit deceiving, because it always looks like you're getting a lot less liquid than than you actually are, but this is a 3.4 ounce. It is 100 ml, but it doesn't look like it because of the compressed appearance of the bottle here. But again, really do enjoy the aesthetic. My final verdict on this fragrance is it's awesome. It's bright, it's citrusy, it's lively, it's celebratory in nature. Sparkling Joe by Vilhelm Parfumerie. Please try it for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me. I hope you took something of value from today's review, and I hope you were given the opportunity to learn about a brand new fragrance on my channel here today. So thank you so much for that. And if you did take anything of value, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.